Hello there, this is Vanvi, and I will be doing voiceover for my gameplay videos from now on instead of doing subtitles, so I can save more time and post more often, hopefully. So without further ado, let's get started. Into the first game, it is Harry versus Hermione, which is a 50-50 game depending on who plays it better. So better than 4-6, which is Harry to double Hermione. So Stupefy plus Snowball is a very powerful and high damage combo, so that will replace a control card. So you use Stupefy as the control card. Notice that I'm flying further behind them, so I stay on their court for longer, and then the canaries will headlock the enemies. And over here, as I'm juking to avoid being interrupted for Episky, I go beside Cassandra so she can disperse the enemy's Apugno for me, and I also time the timing right to hit the snowball. So here is a key concept. If you throw the snowball into the enemy's nebulous, it will break their invisibility. So this is why she threw the snowball, knowing that it will not hit us. So over here, I see them approaching middle. I use priority on Apugno immediately, so then I'll be able to hit them. So over here, I continue to juke as I use Episky. Now that both enemies have a low health point, we can wait for a chance to double kill them, so then they cannot rescue and we will end the game here. Just like this. In the next game, there are summoned players on both sides, so it will be very difficult for Harry to clear the field alone, so this is why I choose to use Snape for this game. So my job in this game is to make sure that the summons cannot build up on our half of the field. I will do so to assist my duo in taking damage on the opponents. Just like here, I put my time turners on my half the field so I can clear the field for my duo. I also choose to kite the summons so I don't take as much health damage, but I cannot kite for too long because then I will run out of steps. So here I use Swelling Potion plus Erumpin to make sure that Erumpin can get to the other player quicker. I know that they are a pure totem user, so it is possible for them to taunt the Erumpin. Then my Erumpin will not hit them, which is very bad because I need to take as much damage as possible on the players with a lower level book. They are players from another server, so they have a higher deck than us. As a knowledge point, the Erumpin targets the players and time turner equally, so whichever one is closer. If I put the time turner on the other side of the field, the Erumpin will not try to come hit me. Over here, I messed up and did not hit the inflators on the Erumpin, unfortunately. So I do not want my teammate to take any more damage before she rescues me. So I go to the center of the field to make sure that I can gain a little more health from reviving into the field. And right now our target should be to tunnel the player that had just been slayed. This way we're able to get them to run out of rescue chances and win the game this way. So these are the players from the previous match, so that means that they are Hagrid, Pure Totem plus Newt. So I see that I have things to stack my Kevin buff, and after 24 hits, Kevin will give me a damage buff. So this is very important for Snape because I need the damage buff to doing more damage on the opponents. So I cleared the enemies on our half, and now I can start doing damage on the enemies. So continuing to stand around middle to have the summons keep off our side of the court. Also, as a knowledge point, it is important to remember that only the time turners deployed after Kevin gives me the damage buff will they have the damage buff, meaning that the time turners that I deployed before will not have the buff, and I will have to put new ones out if I wanted damage, attack damage bonus. Now over here, I have Hermione copy my time turner and Inflatus. So that is very good for Hermione. This is why we should always put Hermione near the back of the field. So it takes longer for them to walk over, and there's a chance for her to copy more cards. So we slay the enemy once, and I'm in low health. So I don't have to die just yet because they're rescuing, and we also have other targets on our field to tank the damage for us. So now I die, and that is okay because it is my first death. So I just have to continue to clear the field for my duel, and I try to take damage on the enemies in the meantime. So this is a very nice thing. That is the end of it. So in this game I chose to use double Hermione with my duel, so we can deploy the Hermione companion whenever that is possible and take a lot of damage from multiple thunderstorms. Over here I hesitated with whether if I should use port key for my duel, so that was a little late, but it is okay. Humans make mistakes, and we shouldn't force ourselves to be perfect at every single play we do. Otherwise, it will be too stressful. Humans make mistakes. So over here, just continuing to use Thunderstorm, just using 3 cards to duck Thunderstorm, and I carried Sectum Sempra as my secondary high cost card. So everything else is 2 magic points. So it's important to use Sectum Sempra to slay Cassandra first, otherwise she will take a lot of damage on me. So right now it is a chance to double kill them, but we can't really target kill with Hermione because Thunderstorm is completely random, and we cannot guarantee that the Thunderstorm will hit the target that we want to hit. That was a nice dodge from 20. So right now it is about trying to slay them off, and we win the game this way. Now again we use double Hermione because Snape is banned. They know that I am a good Snape player, so they chose to not allow me to use Snape. But little did they know that I actually use Harry and Hermione better. So now that I see that there are many summons on the field, I choose to deploy Ron at this point, so then it will take out as many of them as possible. This will maximize the damage that Ron can take, because I am greedy and I want to take a lot of damage. So over here I forgot that Inquisitors cannot control group. It is a special feature that you need to group. So again, I'm just waiting for my magic points, kiting the summons as I'm doing this, so I can put out a lot of cards at one time instead of putting them one by one. It is always better to use the cards in consecutive sequence instead of using them one by one, because then it will take even more damage, because Thunderstorm, the more items that it slays off, it will have a higher damage in the next lightning strike, if that makes sense. So at this point we are just trying to make the enemies have a similar health, so then we can slay them off, hopefully. So I use the Sectum Semper to clear the field, and still paying attention to whether if the enemies are trying to hit me. Because they have your Totem Locomotor, it is hard for us to double kill them. So we can choose to target kill, we can also choose to double kill. So if they go into Nebulous, then our only option is to single kill. And I hide in Nebulous to make sure that I be able to rescue my teammate and can keep the game going. So again, just tunneling the one person that we slayed off before. So then they run out of rescue chances and we win the game. In this game we chose to use a Harry and Hermione combo because one side of the opponent is pure spell, so Hermione and Dobby is usually pure spell, and Snape is relatively worse against pure spell because of his advantage against summons. He doesn't have anything to bounce Sectum Semper off for his basic attacks, so it is less recommended for us to use Snape against pure spell. Over here I noticed that my duel is going to use Incendio, so I chose not to use Explosive, which I should have waited for Cornish Pixies, but it worked out because my duel was able to slay the Pixies off. So I noticed that they are using all water and I don't have Explosive, so I chose to use Episky to try to protect Cassandra, because Cassandra is very strong against summon players. Same as Ron, but Cassandra, she stays in our half of the field and Ron is usually always on the other half of the field. So I wouldn't try to use Episky for Ron unless I want him to live longer as he's trying to take damage around the field. So just using the Exposal to hit as many targets as possible. So over here, I noticed that they are in a straight line, so I use Stupefy as soon as I come down. And we win the game. In this game, our team also chose to use a Harry-Hermione combo because Snape is very scared of Bella. His time turners count as players, so the fallen points will stack up really quickly. So don't use Snape against Bella. So here I have a full magic point, but I didn't really have a good card sequence, so I was very hesitant over here. But I found my chance to use Stupefy and the priority Apugno on the opponent. So the Apugno is a very strong damage card that can take a lot of damage on singular opponents. Now that I'm injured, I go to the back of the field to heal myself up and always try to juke as I'm doing this so I wouldn't get interrupted. Over here, my teammate uses the broomstick to dodge the damage. This is a technique that should be employed as often as possible whenever that is an option. So my goal right now is to take damage on Hermione, the Hermione of the opposing team, except Ron has hit the Bella instead, so we might have to consider tunneling the Bella. So I choose to put damage on the Bella, but the Hermione blocks the damage for the Bella, and therefore we have a chance to double kill them at this point. So I go over with my canaries on myself and we manage to kill them. So this is the end of the game and the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and comment if you liked it.